Hey everybody, it's Jeff from New York, and today I am here in beautiful Atlantic City on the iconic Atlantic City Boardwalk to do a burger challenge. Now, as you guys know, I've eaten lots of burgers this past summer, and I thought I'd put them up back to back to see which ones I really enjoyed and which ones I didn't, and which one was clearly my favorite for this summer. Now, for the purposes of this challenge, I'm comparing burgers, cheesesteaks, and patty melts all in one competition. What you won't see in this particular challenge are things that are clearly different than hamburgers, cheesesteaks, and patty melts. Things like pizzas and tacos. Those will be on a separate challenge sometime in the future. But for today, it's hamburgers, cheesesteaks, and patty melts. And also keep in mind that there are lots of places that serve hamburgers that I have yet to check out in Atlantic City that I'm looking forward to check out. So obviously they won't be in this challenge because I haven't eaten there yet. All that being said, let's see who won the best hamburger in Atlantic City summer of 2022, shall we? First up is a new kid on the block as far as Atlantic City is concerned. It's the Yard at Bally's Hotel and Casino, featuring beers, eats, and beats. Beats being live music. They have some great live music here. They have signature half-pound burgers. I ordered the classic bacon burger, which features sharp cheddar cheese, slab bacon on a brioche roll. Now again, this is a half-pound burger, and the Yard uses 3 types of meat in their ground beef. They include Angus short rib, brisket, and chuck. And for the purposes of this competition, all hamburgers were ordered well done. The Yard branding of the brioche roll was a nice touch. The Yard served up a simple burger, a half-pound at that, but it was quite simple. No lettuce, tomatoes, onions, or mayo, or special sauces. I guess that would make that a California burger. Just a nice, simple burger here, half a pound of meat, melted cheddar, and the slab bacon, and the roll was toasted perfectly. And that simplicity comes in very handy when you're a vlogger, because this hamburger could be eaten with just one hand. Very neat. Now, the burger wasn't quite well done. It was a little bit pink on the inside, but it was certainly close enough to well done that it was passable, and I certainly didn't have a problem with the way it was cooked. Again, this is a half-pound patty, so they take quite a while to cook. I think because of the 3 types of beef, the short rib, brisket, and chuck, this burger was extremely juicy and fresh tasting. The bacon was very good as well. It was a thick slab of bacon, not the thin breakfast kind of crispy bacon that you get during breakfast, but this was a much thicker slab of bacon, smoked perfectly. It brought a lot of flavor to this flavorful burger to begin with. The burger, fries, and pickle were $18, and the beer was a draft beer at $6. Next up, Water Dog, also at Bally's Hotel and Casino. Last Sunday was National Cheeseburger Day, which was an inspiration for this video, but also last Sunday, Water Dog closed. They were only here for about a year. Most of the restaurants here at Bally's are brand new. Bally's being under new ownership, they're doing a lot of turnover with regards to restaurant options. But Water Dog, for some reason, didn't last too long. No one seems to be quite sure why as of yet. I ordered a patty melt here at Water Dog with fried onions on it, as patty melts do come, and Thousand Island dressing, which is also common on patty melts, but I asked for the dressing on the side. I also ordered a side of onion rings. This obviously wasn't the patty melt I ordered, so I sent it back. It looked more like a Reuben. Looks like they got it right the second time around. This is definitely a patty melt. Very simple, basic patty with some grilled onions and some melted Swiss cheese on rye toast, and Thousand Island dressing on the side. I guess serving these kind of sandwiches on baking trays is the trend right now. As you can see, we had one at the Yard, we have one here. We'll probably have more baking trays being used as plates as we go along with this burger challenge. Here we have Clarice, the Miss America crown, who's hidden in all my Atlantic City videos, including this one. If you find her, leave a timestamp where you found her in the comments below, and you'll get a shout out on an upcoming video. She's quite elusive. She shows up as a quick flash in the background somewhere in this video, so keep your eyes peeled. I've loved patty melt since I was a kid, and this one was cooked correctly. The bread was actually grilled with the meat, the onions, and the cheese and flipped on the grill. A lot of places you order a patty melt, they'll give you the burger, the fried onions, and the cheese, and then they put it on rye toast, which is not the same. This was done correctly. This particular patty melt was okay. It was cooked correctly, and it wasn't overwhelmingly fantastic. Nothing to write home about. It was just your basic patty melt. I don't see them on the menu that often, so when I do see them, I tend to order them. But again, it wasn't bad, just nothing spectacular. As you guys know, I'm a big fan of onion rings, and I prefer them battered. I'll eat them either way, battered or breaded, but I do prefer them battered. Actually, I like everything battered, including shrimp and stuff like that, rather than breaded. But again, I'm not a food snob. I'll eat anything. So also, for some odd reason, I squirted the ketchup around on top of the onion rings here. Normally, I do a little puddle of ketchup and dip my food in that. I don't know why in this particular case I just put it right on top of the onion rings. All in all, my lunch here at Word Dog was, I guess you can describe it as underwhelming. It wasn't bad, it wasn't fantastic. It's not something, like I said, that was extremely memorable. It's a shame that the place closed though, because I would like to have tried some other things on the menu. They have a nice menu here. It's also kind of like a good Jewish deli menu, which is unusual considering the atmosphere here, but again, it's a shame that they left. Next up, Dougherty's Steakhouse and Raw Bar at Resorts Hotel and Casino. Live entertainment, that's a plus. Full disclosure here, I'm ordering a Philly cheesesteak. I have had the Philly cheesesteak here at Dougherty's many times. I really enjoy the sandwich, and I come back for it quite often. And with all due respect to Dougherty's, I always call this a Philly cheesesteak. It is not a Philly cheesesteak. It's not an authentic Philly cheesesteak. What they have here is a ribeye steak sandwich, something much better if you ask me. But for some reason, I always call it a Philly cheesesteak. Sorry, Dougherty's. So besides the ribeye steak sandwich, I ordered a nice glass of Pinot Noir, and I also ordered an appetizer of coconut shrimp. Also, as you can tell by the title, this is part one of a two-part series, this burger challenge. It was just too many hamburgers that I eat this summer. Hamburgers and patty melts and cheesesteaks that I couldn't possibly put them all on one video, or I could, but it would be a very long video. So it's split into two parts. This is part one. Part two will follow as far as the next Atlantic City video. The coconut shrimp were delicious, possibly the best coconut shrimp I've ever had. Also, possibly the most expensive coconut shrimp I've ever had. We'll see when that check comes around. And of course, this is my ribeye steak sandwich, which includes balsamic onions, Havarti cheese, and creamy horseradish sauce on a nice hoagie roll. The roll was toasted, so it's not that mushy bread you usually get on a cheesesteak, and the balsamic vinegar that they use, I'm a big fan of balsamic vinegar. It adds just a little bit of sweetness to stuff. They did the onions in balsamic vinegar, and then you could just taste a hint of it, and it just made this sandwich perfect. The Havarti cheese was melted perfectly, and what a nice tang to this sandwich. And one thing I don't like about steak sandwiches or sliced steak sandwiches is when you bite into them and half the steak comes out into your mouth and leaves the roll. Kind of like when you bite into a slice of pizza and all the mozzarella comes off on your first bite. Steak sandwiches tend to do the same thing, but not this one. This one just melted like butter on your first bite. Wine $12, coconut shrimp $8, and the sandwich was $16. Next up, Tennessee Avenue Beer Hall, the second beer hall if you will, the Yard being the first in this video. Tennessee Avenue Beer Hall, located obviously on Tennessee Avenue, part of the Orange Loop, which is Tennessee Avenue, New York Avenue, and St. James Place, the Orange properties on the Monopoly board. This is one of those places I've heard so many good things about, and I'm coming here kind of late to the table, if you will, no pun intended. I heard they had some good grub here, as well as a very extensive craft beer on tap menu. So that's what I'm doing here today. A little bit late, but we're going to check this place out. For an appetizer, I ordered the loaded tater tots. I can call them tater tots. They can't because, well, it's a brand name, but they're Rich Uncle Penny Bags tots, which include brisket chili on top, dogfish head 60-minute cheese sauce, not sure what that is, sour cream, and scallions. It sounds delicious. And they were delicious. Way too much for an appetizer. I suggest if you're not hungry that you just order a beer and these, and you'll be quite satisfied. Listen, if you're enjoying this video, why not give it a thumbs up, and while you're at it, subscribe to the New York channel if you haven't already. It really does help the channel out. Also, click on that notification bell. It'll let you know every time a video is uploaded here on the New York channel. Thanks a lot, guys. It took a while for me to get my patty melt, and when they finally did come out, they came out with these homemade chips, which are thick sliced potatoes with some barbecue seasoning. They were very good, a little bit on the salty side, but they were really good. And of course I ordered my patty melt with the Thousand Island on the side, just like at Water Dog. The patty melt looked a little sad and looked like it needed a lot of loving. It was a double patty, and it was made exactly how I said not to make a patty melt when I was at Water Dogs. They grilled the patties and the cheese and the onions and then just put it in between two slices of fried toast. I don't like my patty melts made that way. None of this really mattered because after waiting quite a while for this patty melt, it was raw. Not rare, raw. And as I said earlier, everything I'm ordering on this video was ordered well done, so this obviously wasn't well done. It wasn't done at all. I went back to the website to get the price of this patty melt for the purpose of this video, and patty melts are no longer offered at Tennessee Avenue Beer Hall. Next up, another new restaurant here to Atlantic City this summer, Makai at Ocean Casino Resort. Makai brings you breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and at Makai you'll find your favorite dishes with an island twist, including the hula burger pancakes with tropical fruit compote and the holy chopped chicken salad. Makai has a great atmosphere as well. They also offer fish and chips and Hawaiian meatballs and fish tacos, some of my favorite things. Of course, I'm ordering a burger here, and I've only eaten here once, and that was this visit. But I really want to come back and check out some other items on their menu. They really have a nice Polynesian menu. And if you like Polynesian food, this, to me, is the place to go to in Atlantic City. And for dessert, they offer a pineapple upside down cake and warm chocolate lava cake. Sounds really good. Gotta come back. So for lunch, I ordered the Maui onion rings, which were battered, not breaded, just the way I like them. And that came with a smoked chili ranch dipping sauce. And I also ordered a hula burger, which comes with soy ginger glaze, a grilled pineapple slice, some bacon, all on a potato roll and a side of fries. And again, double patties. It seems to be a theme here, this whole double patty thing. I don't understand it, but it is what it is. And if you haven't noticed, a huge variant in this burger compared to all the other ones that I've been ordering, no cheese. And I decided that cheese just doesn't go well with pineapple. Maybe that's me, but I'm gonna enjoy this burger without cheese. Now, I do consider this hula burger vlogger unfriendly because, well, it's kind of messy. You got those double patties and the grilled pineapple slice and the bacon and that soy ginger sauce that's in between the patties. Makes for kind of a mess. Definitely a two-handed sandwich. But to help me for vlogging purposes, I cut it in half, which makes things a little neater and a little easier to eat with one hand, something I normally don't do when I'm not recording. This is one of those rare occasions where you order the onion rings and the burger comes with fries, so you got more carbs. Who am I to complain? The onion rings and fries were awesome, but the real star obviously here is that burger. I never had a grilled pineapple slice on a burger before, and oh my goodness, between the grilled pineapple and the bacon and the burger and the ginger sauce, and this was probably one of the most flavorful hamburgers I've ever had. It was delicious. My iced tea was $4, the hula burger $18, and the onion rings $12. And as a souvenir, I got a little Aloha from Makai postcard with my meal. And for now, that's it for this Atlantic City 2022 Burger Challenge. Part 2 coming up right behind this one as far as Atlantic City videos are concerned, so stay tuned for that. Which was your favorite? Which was your least favorite? Leave a comment below. Was it Dougherty's steak sandwich? The Makai Hula Hula Burger? Tennessee Avenue Beer Hall's patty melt? The Yard, the new place at Bally's, or was it Water Dogs, another new place at Bally's, which is actually not there anymore? leave a comment below. And if you'd like to show your support for the New York channel, just click on that thanks button. It's right next to that thumbs up button. Well, kind of 2 buttons over, but I think in any event, if you want to show your support, click on that thanks button. It really does help the channel out, and I really do appreciate it. Thanks, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like, comment, ask some questions, and most importantly, subscribe by clicking on the button on the left. You can visit all of my New York videos by clicking on the top right, or check out my videos on other favorite places to visit by clicking on the bottom right. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you around the city.